reacting.
OK,
yeah.
But how on earth are you going to be able to tell that they've worked?
Well, I can't prove to you that they're taking the metals out of the water.
Yeah.
But another reaction that happens makes it smell really bad. And if you smell the right thing, then I know
Surely this is
going to
smell really bad anyway.
But yes, it smells a specific
way.
way.
Smells really of rotten eggs.
Yes.
OK.
So
if you can smell that, you know that the right reaction is going on. So between the two of you, you will create a water that is a safe habitat for our water fleas.
Absolutely.
That's the plan.
So all you've got to do is take these and scale them up big time.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I think we want a limestone layer at the bottom, but then I think everything else we want mixed.
It looks like cleaning up the water is a very messy job. The boys now have everything they need to make carbon dioxide gas, but Jonathan has an ingredient that he thinks will make the extinguisher more effective by making foam.
What are you doing?
This is a bit of Ellen magic, I hope. Ellen suggested I use the root of a licorice plant.
Really?
Which is what I'm doing here. Yeah, apparently in the third world, they use this for putting in foam fire extinguishers, and it just enhances the foam so that it lasts longer.
Just tell me about the role of this foam.
Yeah, well, the foam is obviously wet.
Yeah.
So it's going to make the fire wet, but also contains lots of carbon dioxide, which covers the fire, restricts the oxygen, and so puts out the fire.
Because if you just squirted the gas, presumably that would just dissipate and not do anything.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try it out.
Yeah.
So I've got the acid in there. If you could hold the funnel, I'll pour some of this in.
OK.
Let's just get it in there.
So this is just sort of ground up licorice root with a bit of water, is it?
Yep. I'm just adding some of the bicarbonate of soda to the acid.
Oh, wow!
Oh,
ooh, look at that!
And it's really different. It's sort of dense. You know, it looks much more like foam than just bubbles. It's really nice. Put a little bit more in.
Oh, it's going to come out the top. Absolutely fantastic. Because that acid was so strong, does it not mean that this foam is going to be quite acidic? And surely we don't want to be spraying that around.
Yeah, no, I was worried about that as well. So we've got some of this paper, indicator paper.
OK.
Let's try it out on the foam.
This is fantastic.
Well, look at that.
Oh, it's yellow. And
That's
that's pH, what do you think, 6 or
7?
6 or 7. So it's neutral.
Yeah, so although, I mean, you still don't want...
So Jonathan has all the ingredients, but he's still got to work out how to keep them separate until the extinguisher is needed. With just 24 hours to go, it's time to install the treatment plant. But that means getting it up there first. Thank goodness I didn't get roped into this. Everything's in place, now the real work can begin. First, the pipe to feed the mine water into the bottom of the bin. This bin contains the manure, packed with bacteria that are going to clear out the toxic metal. Rather than drag the bins right up to the mine, they're going to pipe the polluted water down.
OK, ready, Ellen?
But that's easier said than done.
How much? Oh, how much more? Hang on. Ellen, stop! See if you get water! I've got the water, Ellen!
So let's hope those dustbins do their job. Mike and Jonathan are working hard on the extinguisher. The acid production is coming on well, but Jonathan is still trying to figure out how to make the foam on demand.
I've decided to use this for the fire extinguisher. I'm going to probably fill it maybe a third of the way up with Mike's acid, something like that. But the thing is how to keep the bicarbonate of soda in there so it's not mixed with the acid until you want to use the fire extinguisher. So I've been playing around with some of the rubber sheeting, just cutting them up into discs, and perhaps I can make a little holder with the rubber. Then I can fill it up with the bicarbonate and assemble the thing.
So Jonathan still has to turn a bottle and some rubber into a working fire extinguisher. Ellen and Hermione, however, seem well on the way to success.
Wow, is this it?
Yeah.
The water purification plant. Not looking terribly pure at the moment, though, is it?
No, but it will at the end.
OK, so just explain what's going on in this bucket.
Well, it actually starts up in the mine.
Yeah.
And we have a tube that comes right from the mine, and it carries the toxic acid and metal water right
Yeah.
into here. But we have it going straight down to the bottom of the bucket.
Yeah.
And then filtering up through all the manure.
So is this where the manure is really doing its job?
That's when it should happen, yeah.
Okay.
But there's a little bit of a problem. It takes a while to start because there's two kinds of bacteria. One that loves oxygen
Yeah.
and one that doesn't.
OK.
Now, we want the one that doesn't. However, they don't start to work until all the oxygen is gone.
Right.
Thank goodness, the bacteria that like oxygen will start, and they should be working immediately.
So the bacteria that you need will kick in as soon as the oxygen-loving bacteria has basically used up the oxygen in the system.
Yes.
The water coming through here,
Would still be acid, but wouldn't have many metals in it.
OK. And so what's going on in this one, Hermione?
Well, this is basically just a settling pond
Right.
in a dustbin. You can see the water that comes out is pretty mucky.
Yeah.
So this will just give a chance for all that organic material also to settle out.
Right.
Before it flows into our limestone traps. We put the pipe at the bottom so it's going to filter up through
Yeah.
the limestone bed,
Yeah.
reduce in acidity, come out this pipe and go into a second one for good measure,
Yeah.
filter up, and by the time it comes out here,
Yeah.
it should be neutral.
OK. So basically, if all the systems work, if the bacteria do their thing and the limestone does its job, the water that comes out of here should be water that any water flea would be happy to live in.
I hope so.
Confidence, Hermione, confidence!
Okay, yes, Kate.
OK.
Don't really know what I'm going to do exactly tomorrow, and I'm sort of lacking a little bit of inspiration.
Well, Ellen and I have got everything in place for the water treatment plant by the end of day 2, but it's just totally unknown whether or not it will all have time to settle and have time to work.
It's day 3, and Hermione and Ellen are keen to see how the water treatment plant is getting on.
This looks really good.
That looks brilliant, doesn't it? Really settling.
Yeah.
But have the bacteria started working? There's one way to find out.
What do you think? Let me smell.
Ha! I knew you'd want to. What do you think?
It's quite stinky.
Yeah. We've got the bacteria we want working, but they're not at full force yet.
With only hours to go, those bacteria had better get a move on. It's time to put the fire extinguisher together. The acid licorice mixture goes in the bottom of the bottle.
This is going to hold the bicarb, so I'm hoping there's going to be enough.
And the bicarbonate in the rubber cradle. That way, the two are kept separate until the extinguisher is activated by turning it upside down. That's the theory, but will it work in practice?
OK, shall we go and try it outside?
I'm first in line.
OK. So we just need to turn it upside down, and it should start the reaction, shouldn't it?
Wait.
OK?
All right.
Whoa!
So they're generating plenty of carbon dioxide, too much in fact, for the extinguisher to cope with.
Whoa!
They need to find a way to secure the top and there's not long to go. Time is running out too for Ellen's bacteria.
How's it going up here? You had a pretty cold, wet start to the day, didn't you?
It started,
Yeah.
so we've got some action going. Hopefully it'll be enough.
Okay, good. So that's actually looking a lot clearer than yesterday.
It's flowing very slowly, very smoothly. Looking great.
Perfect, okay. And this watering can? What's this for?
Instead of just having it coming out a tube,
Yeah.
we wanted it to come out the rows here so the water gets aerated before it joins back in the stream.
Perfect. Well, let's hope that what you're putting back in this stream is good.
Yes.
And the only way we're going to do that
Test it.
is to test it. Have you got a bottle to fill?
Yes.
Because back at the mill, there are some little water fleas who are currently quite nervous.
Only if the water has been successfully cleaned up will the water fleas survive. Meanwhile, the boys are in a race against time. Will their extinguisher be ready to face the fire?
We need to fire! Fire! Come on, it's a fire!
You do. You know you're more likely at a beer festival. So these really are the fire extinguishers that are going to put out that fire.
Mobile foam.
Okay, do your worst.
Okay,
Are you ready?
All right. Whoa!
I don't believe it!
Sorry, mate.
That is amazing.
It's all out, love. It's all out, love. Don't worry.
You guys are heroes. Well, disaster has been averted. But are those water fleas still alive?
I bet they are.
Let's go find out. Okay. Put the bell down. Now, talk us through.
Okay. Well, this is our treated mine water.
Yeah.
That's the nasty mine water.
So that hasn't gone through the water purification plant?
no, that's straight out the mine. So you can see there's a good difference in colour.
Okay, but is colour important?
Well, it's an indication, I hope, but pH is the real test for the acidity.
Okay.
So hopefully this will be up
Did you pick her up?
6 or 7.
Oh my word, look at that.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Well, we're 6.
6, maybe inching into 7. Gone up from 3, 2 or 3 was it before?
3 to 4-ish.
Yeah.
We've gone up 6 to 7. That's not bad.
Okay, so acidity, the limestone worked, but
They're kicking.
they are
kicking.
Look at them! How long have they been in here?
Over an hour.
And they're still buzzing around. In fact, hang on. They're cheering.
That is magnificent. Well, all of you, congratulations. A victory well won, I think. Well, the team fought a battle against fire and pollution and emerged victorious, but next time they face an even more massive task. Any idea how to weigh a mountain? Find out on the next Rough Science.
For a free survival science pack and details of all Open University programmes, call 0870 900 9581 or go to open2.net, where you'll also find more video diaries from the Rough Scientists.